Hello and welcome to Coin Daily. In this video we are going to reveal Bone's price prediction. Make sure to stay until the end to don't miss anything. Let's begin. This is a price calculator for a Shiba Inu. I'm going to make up some scenarios to show the realistic potential of our beloved ship, token, rising to 1 cent and possibly $1. I'm doing this because if you've spent any time on YouTube, you've probably seen a lot of thumbnails like this and a lot of videos suggesting that if she pays 10 cents, she'll be able to reach 1. It may say things like $1.50, $50.15, and so on. While all of these films are enjoyable to watch, they are not very practical in the short term. So, to offer you a more realistic picture, I'm going to try to leverage my understanding of economics, as well as what I've learned about the two economics of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Okay, so this is a Shiba Inu price calculator. So, every time we make a purchase on this side, I can enter the volume here. Before I go any further, this increases volume and market capitalization. In general, we have two options for influencing the price. The first is to raise the market capitalization. That is, if we buy the SHIB token, the price rises, and we can also control the supply by reducing the number of coins available, which also raises the price. As a result, the goal of this calculator is to demonstrate that we were able to combine both techniques and that both mechanisms exist in the Shiba ecosystem. The market cap is largely determined by the market, the number of people who buy and sell Shibas, and the circulating supply. The community will ultimately decide through the governance process. Following the Shiba exchange, Shiba Inu will be allowed to vote and potentially affect supplies, which is a unique characteristic of the SHIB. This calculator was also created by me. Yeah. So, as we burn different percentages of the circulating supply to see how far we can go, we can keep an eye on the price. If you'd want to join me, please let me know. Let's take a look at various scenarios that could happen. So, she was born in the month of August, to be precise. When it was minted in August, it had no purchases, a market valuation of nil, an obvious price of nil, and a circulation supply of about 394 trillion. This is the most recent figure in circulation. We can easily verify this by looking at the coin market cap. So, it says this is the pricing right now. I'll take it. I'll update our calculator, the calculator right now. Just give me a second. So, all we're going to do now is plug in some fictitious numbers. Assume that 10 million people were born in September, which isn't quite realistic, but that our price rose to 25 Satoshi units in October. Let's see what happens if we play along once again. Let's imagine it's been 15 years since the last time we saw one other. That's nowhere near 15 million. As you can see, the market capitalization has risen to $25 million. Our price has climbed to 63 Satoshi units, despite the fact that the circulating supply has remained same. So, let's say there isn't much activity in November since people are thinking about Christmas and aren't thinking about you, and there's just 500,000 volume. And, assuming a purchase of 25 million, the price only climbs to 65,000 in December. So, as you may be aware, the Shiba Inu population has increased considerably to this point. And we all know that, to put it nicely, things start to get exciting at 128. What is it, exactly? That's perhaps a tad too wonderful. Wana was a little hesitant to jump. Okay, we got 500 million volume in that month. So, we've reached 1390 for an, let's just say, I've decided to buy $1 million SHIB at this point. No, 10 million bucks and a SHIB are insufficient. As a result, I'm fortunate. So here's what it cost me. The price is $139. That's all I have to say on the subject. 1,000,001, to put it another way. Okay. I'm going to try something new and say, That's all right. And it's probably worth approximately $2. And we have another hectic month ahead of us. A total of $500 million will be spent in February. The expense of living is increasing. Then, all of a sudden, there are 1 billion people on the planet. At 5/1/94, it was that 10 billion, 10 years, 1 billion values. We've accumulated a market capitalization of $22 billion thus far. From where we are now, I'm going to do my best to see how close we can get to the truth. So I'm just going to act as though we have it in April. I should also mention that I've now moved up for another $500 million. We now have a $3 billion market capitalization. The market then collapsed in June, as we all know. That's all I'll do, and that's how we arrived at our current price. As you may be aware, this film was shot around the year 6858. Consider how far we've progressed. The number is 6858, according to the CoinMarketCap. Okay. So, in a practical sense, as you can see, we only have a $2 billion market capitalization. We'll need to get up to at least 1/1 cent to demonstrate how much you know. So I'm just going to ponder some possibilities. I'm going to take a look at a few other popular cryptocurrencies. I'm going to check out what cryptocurrency has to offer. Okay, Polkadot, I'll step in and say. The town of Broken Hill is well known. They have a market capitalization of $15 billion right now. Assume CNN begins to discuss Shiba Inu, and the rest of the globe takes attention. You know who she is, and we have a total of $15 billion in our possession. Our market value has climbed to $15 billion as a result. Our price has now reached this point. Take a look at the price of my first ship, which has risen from $139 to $6,000. So that's really wonderful, but it's still not $1. But if I cash out here, I'll be pretty much in the black. Let's take a closer look at what happens after that. Let's take a step back and assess our options. Take Cardinal as an example. Okay, I'll leap to my feet and see what's going on. Let's simply go for broke right now and use the big gun. Two digital currencies are Bitcoin and Ethereum. As a result, their total is estimated to be approximately $900 billion. This is obviously just a fun activity, but I'd like to see you. If we sold everything however, a total of $900 billion would be required. That was our predicament. One amounted to $900 billion. As a result, we currently have the largest market capitalization in the whole cryptocurrency industry. However, it would have climbed by 0.03 at our prices. As a result, the majority of people may believe that. That's all right. So where did those other videos get their 111-cent projections, and where did I get mine? Well, I wouldn't say huge, but I'm a member of the community just like you guys, and we all want our returns and to get high? So I did some more research and discovered that the Shiba Inu ecosystem had 3 tokens. On a leash, we have a boned Shiba Inu. Sheila. This one is probably like the store, like the people's coin. It has a very high and circulating supply, as well as a relatively low price. As a result, it appeals to people who are new to the crypto space and are quite optimistic, like you and me. That is, in fact, how I became interested in cryptocurrency. Furthermore, the leash is greater, it is limited in number and is aimed at. I'm rather certain I'm a retailer. I'm talking about more commercial investors that say the price is presently too high. Leash, also known as Killer, is currently in the year 2000, according to my calculations. That is the price per currency, and it is so high because leash supply is extremely restricted, 107. But, oddly enough, bone, this is where it is, and this is the part that is currently fascinating. This bone will only be available after the Shiba swap is launched, and each of them will be able to generate a maximum of 250 tokens over the course of the with the majority of those tokens being created during the first 2 weeks of a liquidity event. Okay, so what is this one for? You might be thinking. Well, in my opinion, this is the most important token in the Shiba ecosystem. However, it's critical that you understand that the developers did not store any of the shit tokens specified in the white paper. They mentioned a big quantity of tokens, but they didn't actually possess any of them. When people create a new crypto project, they normally set aside a small portion for themselves as developers and admins, who will help operate and market the currency. Shiba Inu's experiment, on the other hand, was to decentralize the entire ecosystem. That is to say, the community, which includes you and me, is in charge. You are a member of the Shiba community if you own Shiba. And, in the end, we'll decide what happens to Shiba Inu and pricing, and the way that'll happen is that when she's switched out, those of us that staked and farmed our SHIB tokens into the Shiba swap will be assigned. Governance tokens, often known as bone tokens, are a type of token used in governance. That basically means we'll be able to vote on the Shiba Inu's future course in any event. I've gone off in a different direction. Let's continue working on our modest project. Sure, they'll actually say to get shoppers were carried off on the right pour at that Shiba swap liquidity event, I wish to remark. We'll be conducting a 2-week liquidity event, which should be a lot of fun. That is all that I have for this video. I hope that you've learned something and gained additional insight about this project. If you are looking to invest, please be smart and make sure to research beforehand. Other than that, I wish you the best of luck.